right, good evening and welcome to the Apex E-Series. And with it, tonight's Apex Sim Racing 150 from Martinsville Speedway. And boy, I hope you're ready for a lot of fun tonight as we are going to take on the half-mile paperclip, and we've got 25 drivers or so that are ready to take this thing on. We're going to be beating and banging all night tonight. And some guys are probably going to go home with hurt feelings, but one guy's going to go home with a grandfather clock. Not really, but it'd be pretty cool if you did. And but yeah, tonight going to be a lot of fun. Excited to be back. Last week had some weather issues for Watkins Glen. Really hated to miss that race, but glad that we have people back watching, and hope that y'all enjoy the show. Really hated to miss a week of Apex Sim Racing. You see Tracy passes on the track there doing his qualifying run. We're currently under qualifying. But tell you what, let's go check out the webcams. Who we got tonight? As we look on the webcam screen, we got George Williams. Got his sponsors up there. That man knows how to do it right there. Got a pub table sponsored by Chow. Proud son of a Vietnam veteran. All kinds of stuff going on there. He's got it going on. You got Chris McLean there in the middle on the top row, and Chuck Pegleg Phelps, Aaron Adcock, John Curtis, and Kyle Roberts. Took a little bit of time to get out of the hot tub and and get on cam for us. So that's who we got tonight. We may see some other fellas join in as we get closer to time, but we're going to check in with these guys, and they look like they're ready to go. John Curtis looks like, man, he's leaned back. He knows he's feeling good, getting ready to go. He's got his 23-11 racing. Kurt Busch getting that win this past week at Kansas, so he is sporting that tonight. And you see Chuck Pegleg Phelps at the top putting his gloves on. And there you go, Aaron Adcock getting his gloves on. So these fellas are getting ready to go as qualifying underway. As we got a really, really fun race for y'all tonight. And I hope that y'all are ready for some exciting stuff. Hopefully, there's not a lot of cautions, but man, Martinsville, it's just a great track. It's a short track. It puts you in a box. The high line, you'll be able to use it just a little bit. Most time you want to be right there on the bottom. And unfortunately, because of that, you might have to move somebody. If you know you're faster, you might have to give them a little bump, move them out of the groove. You don't want to wreck them, but you definitely might need to use that bumper from time to time. So expecting to see a little bit of that tonight. And I just cannot wait to get this thing rolling. As always, I want to thank Apex Sim Racing Gear. We've got it's the best sponsor in iRacing on board for this series, and I'll actually while we're waiting on qualifying, we've got another 6 minutes or so. We'll actually pull up this screen here, and we'll show you look what we got over here at Apex. I want to highlight our sponsor while we got a little bit of time and go through. You go to their website, apexsimracing.com. Got some steering wheel stuff here, universal steering wheel, the button boxes, Stream Deck compatible. You see they're able to put both the XL and the regular version, button boxes, switches, anything you want to use to customize that rig that you got. If you're looking to build one, want to add something really, really cool, definitely go check him out. If you've got a Fanatec wheel, he's got stuff to fit on your wheel itself, so you have buttons right next to your wheel. Man, just a lot of really, really quality stuff. Accessories, knobs, buttons. If you just want something to spice up yours a little bit, maybe you already have a rig, go check that out, man. There's a lot of stuff there. Bookmark it, and definitely support these guys as they do a lot of support for us in this series and sim racers in general. So definitely go check out our sponsor if you're in the market for one, for any of that stuff. Man, please let them know that Apex sent you the series, and that way he knows that you came from us. But we appreciate him being on board. Got a lot of awards to give out as usual. We got the Trigger Time, and I'll go ahead and throw them up on the screen. Trigger Time Indoor Shooting Range Jammed Up Award. I want to thank Alan Smith for sponsoring that award. We've got the 1-Inch Designs favorite paint of the night. Always the toughest, as this series, man, the painters really come out to show what they've got. The Chuck Pegleg Pole Award, Chuck Pegleg Felts himself going to try to get that award tonight. We got the Kyle Roberts Hard Charger Award. We've got the Kings Corner chat, the 5 Kings Motorsports post-race interviews. Eric Burke, we hope we don't see this one too much, but I bet this is going to be on the screen quite a lot as the Burkhalter Recycling Demolition Wreckage Rewind. Got the Kinder Farm and Ranch starting grid. And, man, just want to thank all of our sponsors, everybody that helps make this possible. What a great series this is. And, man, they sure do. They put in a lot of work. A lot of people really kind of make this series their own. And Aaron Adcock, all the admins who've ever contributed, man, they put on a great series. Doesn't take any crap, old Aaron. He not going to let you come in here and start no mess. He's going to he runs a tight ship around here, and that's why the racing is just so good. So let's see if we can maybe talk to somebody. I'm going to talk to old Tracy Passons. Let's see if he make sure he's run a qualifying lap he has. Old Tracy, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
What's going on, Brother Eddie?
Well, I told you I'd pull you up in the booth, and we got qualifying is almost over. You're sitting in the 12th spot for now, but baby, it's Martinsville. How you feeling about it?
I feel like it could go either way, Eddie. I hope I can get my groove back in and get going, but I'm not too satisfied with that.
Well, so we're gonna call you Stella as you try to get your groove back tonight.
There you go.
Well, man, I don't know how's that truck feeling. Are you feeling like you're gonna be able to get it work the outside? Is the inside gonna be the way to go, or are you just gonna bulldoze your way to the front? What's the plan?
I'm going to hug that inside. I feel like that's going to be the best way to get around here to keep from somebody getting up underneath of you and getting a good drive off. That's what I plan on doing, Eddie.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Well, as always, just don't forget to breathe. And,
there you go.
And I hope, man, hopefully we'll be talking to you at the end of the race there, Tracy.
All right, thank you, Eddie.
Yeah, there's Tracy Passons. Man, a lot of great drivers, and hopefully I get to talk to everybody at some point during this season. As, man, we've got about a minute and a half to go here. As everybody's kind of gotten to qualifying, you can kind of see, we'll go over the grid once it gets official, but you can kind of see where everybody's at. So find your favorite driver, click over, or just watch as it scoots through and see where your favorite driver is. Yeah. Is there a discount code for Apex, Eddie? You know what? That is a great question. And I'll be right back. All right, well, I got an answer to your question. Went down there and talked to the boss man himself. It is Showdown, all capital letters. I'm going to type it in chat. That way you can see it, but all capital letters, just like you think it would be. That's your discount code. I want to say it's 5% off, but don't quote me on that. I'm not quite sure. Just put it at the checkout, Showdown. So I want to thank Aaron Adcock for hitting that up. But, man, here we are. We got a little warm-up for you, so let's go ahead and bring up the qualifying results. Let's show that on the screen while they get these boys ready to go. And on pole, your Chuck Pegleg Pole Award winner is Chris Carroll. He has won the last 2 races, I believe. And, man, he is already starting out really well with the pole, over a tenth faster than second place Jonah Colbert. Aaron Adcock starting 3rd. John Curtis starting 4th. Jason Raymond starting 5th. Starting 6th is Chris Bedwell. looking for some better things out of Chris Bedwell. He's not had a great start to the season, but man, looking forward to see what he can do tonight. As we'll go ahead and get Chuck off the screen and get our Kinder Farmer Ranch starting grid. But yeah, looking for Chris Bedwell to really show out tonight. As he is a extremely fast driver. Ray Rogers is starting in 7th. Willie Evernham starting 8th. Chris McLean 9th. Charles Stevens 10th. Alex Coffey 11th. 12th is Chuck Feltz. 13th, Tracy Passons. 14th, George Williams. 15th, Todd Schott. 16th, Tanner Marr. 17th, Eric Burkhalter. 18th, Matt Rogers. 19th, Justin Miller. 20th, Alan Smith. 21st, Anthony McPherson. 22nd, TJ Roberts. 23rd, Mickey Isaac. 24th, Kyle Roberts. And 25th, Tony Edrington. And Tony Edrington in chat tonight saying good luck, everybody. So I'll throw it out to everybody else. Tony is saying good luck to all the drivers. Man, my man, that's what I'm talking about. Watching the broadcast and racing at the same time. You know, I don't know. There may be laws against that, but, man, I sure do appreciate it. Got a couple minutes of warm-up. We do that just to give the broadcaster, I guess, a chance to say some stuff and get some stuff out of the way and maybe give these guys a chance to get out on the track, make sure that they got what they need, make some last-minute adjustments, fix that brake bias, get it just right. Tonight you'll see if you ain't fiddling with that brake bias, man, you're going to be in trouble. Is you're going to use that brake to get down in the corner. Short tracks are all about, you think, well, I just turn my steering wheel into the corner. No, you don't. Not in an oval car. You drive down in the corner. You give it a little bit of flick and then use the brake once you get turned in to turn that truck until you get into the middle of the corner. Then you start to use that wheel. So brake bias is going to be really important. So it's good to get that dialed in, and that way you can get to the corner as smooth as possible. You want to take care of the tires. You do not want to burn those rears off the corner. So a lot to think about other than just having to be around people and race against 25 other drivers. So it's going to be fun, and we'll see who can get this thing done tonight. About a minute and a half. Let's bring somebody else up here. I want to talk to somebody. Let's see. Let's talk to somebody we ain't talked to in a while. Let's talk to Matt Rogers. Let's talk to Chris Bedwell, actually. We'll talk to old Chris. See if we can get him up in here real quick. I'll move him a couple times because I can't get him. Hey, Chris, it's Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, Eddie, how's it going?
Hey, man, it's going good. It's good to talk to you. Just wanted to throw you up in the booth as we got about a minute left. It's been, I don't think I'm saying anything out of line, but it's not been probably what you wanted as far as the first little bit of the season. I don't think you've performed like you wanted to, but tonight you're starting up close to the front. How do you feel about tonight? You think you can maybe turn this around?
I sure hope so. And yeah, you're right. Had a lot of changes over the off season. Went to a whole new rig, new pedals, new monitor stand, everything. So everything's different. Still getting used to it. So I'm hoping it's just growing pains, and I'll get used to it further on that we get into the season. But yeah, so far, I mean, there's a lot of potential here. So hopefully we can get all that potential out here tonight and come away with at least top 3. I think Chris Carroll's going to be real tough to beat, and Alex Coffey's going to be real tough to beat too. So we'll see what happens.
All right, Chris. Well, I'm going to let you go as we're about to get gridded up. And, man, I sure do appreciate you talking to me. And good luck, dude. Wishing the best for you.
Thanks, Eddie. Y'all have a good broadcast.
Well, there you have it, Chris Bedwell. He was a Final Four driver last season. You heard it right there. Now we know exactly what happened as he's got a new rig. And, man, I tell you what, you've been racing for so long and you change something up, man, it makes a big difference. I don't know if you've ever listened to Dale Earnhardt Jr. talk about how important it was for him to have his seat the way that he wanted. I mean, he'd spend hours working with one of his team members trying to get that seat right, making sure everything is just like they want, because when you get to the car, you want to have that muscle memory. And so with Chris Bedwell talking about it, Yeah, you get in there and everything's different. You got a new rig, your steering wheel's in a different spot, your pedals are different. You get a new wheel or something like that. It makes a difference when you've been racing for a while. It takes some time to get used to it. But a driver like Chris, man, I can tell you, he'll get used to it pretty quick, and I think we'll start to see him more up to the front for sure. But you hear, you really, we need to get somebody to come on here and sing the national anthem. That'd be pretty cool. I've heard some of these guys sing before. It would, it may not be the best representation, but it'd be fun nonetheless. But everybody getting on the grid. We got trucks cranking up, getting on the grid. You see the full field there, ready to roll all the way back. Man, I cannot wait. I'm excited to see how this goes. They pull off, and Barney's sitting there ready to go. Got that green flag in hand. We'll do a couple pace laps, and then Chris Carroll will lead us down to the green flag as we've got 190 laps at Martinsville. That is a lot of laps, but it'll click off quick. These lap times are really fast, but if we end up being under caution for a while, it could take a while. So you don't have to be in a huge hurry, but you don't want to waste any time if you're trying to get to the front. Got everybody in chat. All the people I like are in chat. Dadgummit. Tony, you got Steve McDonald, Garrett Kinder, missing the race, spending time with his family, and I love to see that. Family is always the most important. I got family in the race tonight, so I'm going to be pulling for the number 3, Alan Smith. But Steve McDonald, I think I said him, Kevin Kinder, Kelly Coffey, supporting her team, CNC Esports Drivers. So all the support in chat, and even spammers in chat too, trying to give you shady links. I'm going to try to block those, but make sure you don't click on that stuff. But hey, pace car pulls down on pit road, and we're going to get ready to go green. 190 laps at Martinsville for the Apex Sim Racing 150, and we're green. Chris Carroll takes that early lead, able to get that to the bottom quickly. Jonah Colbert drives off the bottom, able to get in front of, or off the top, gets in front of Aaron Adcock, able to secure that bottom line. That's going to be so important, as everybody going to be trying to get down there as soon as possible. One thing about short track racing that you see a lot is it's almost better to always try to be in an odd position. You don't want to be in as we got a car that's slow here on the track. Looks like Anthony McPherson in that 28 machine already having some issues. So don't know what happened to him, but he is on pit road. I don't see any kind of incident, so I'm not sure what happened to him. So hopefully he can get whatever happened fixed to get back on the track. But, yeah, you almost want to be in an odd number position, especially if there's a lot of cautions. That way you get the advantage of being on the bottom, as it can be very frustrating trying to hang on to a spot on the top side. So far, Chris Carroll looking good. Jonah Colbert, Aaron Adcock sort of breaking away from Jason Raymond. Tracy Passons, though, apparently has wrecked. And, oh, my goodness, there is a massive pile up here on the entry to turn 1, as a lot of trucks. Tracy Passons is around. Eric Burkhalter involved. A lot of drivers. Just sort of a parking lot as they're trying to get everything going. Tracy Passons, who we talked to at the beginning of the race, already has engine damage, so that is not good for those drivers. Not really sure what happened. There was a lot of drivers involved. Let's go back and check it out. The Burkhalter Recycling Wreckage Rewind. Well, looks like Chris McLean gets loose off the corner, spins his tires, and unfortunately nowhere for Tracy Passons to go. And we'll kind of go back and watch that from Chris McLean's point of view. You see he's already sideways, and we'll slow it down a little bit. You see, like I said, off that top side, trying to get that. You see he wants to get down on the bottom, so he's trying to give it a lot of gas, and just the tires break loose. He's trying to save it as best he can. Going to get to the wall when he comes back down. Tracy Passons with nowhere to go. Eric Burkhalter, a couple drivers piling in. Doesn't look like too much damage unless you're Tracy or McLean. So, man, that's a tough start to the race. Faster pairs used already on lap 6. You definitely, at this track, in the trucks, you definitely want to save that as long as you can. Some guys have already used it. They're going to have to be careful for the rest of the race. You see, the number 40 of George Williams actually electing not to use his faster pair. And you see that damage a little bit. Aero, not a huge deal here, so you can really kind of limp around on some damage. As long as the wheels are straight and you're not down on power, you can get by with it a little bit. So it looks like he's going to try to hang on to that faster pair just a little bit longer. But up front, Chris Carroll still in the lead. Jonah Colbert second, Aaron Adcock third, Jason Raymond in fourth, and John Curtis is fifth. Well, since we just talked about John Curtis, let's go on here and look and see what the driver's doing. We've got some more people in the room. We got Charles Stevens decided to join us. So, hey, Charles Stevens, wave at the camera if you hear him. Most people see if he's listening to the broadcast, but he looks focused and ready to go. And let's see. We just talked about John Curtis. There he is, CNC Esports. Got our fearless leader sitting here in the dark. Gonna have to turn a lamp on or something. But everybody looking good, looking focused. Got some smiles on faces, man. Love to see that as we are getting ready to go green. On lap 10, so a long way to go. Chris Carroll's going to have control of this restart, and he takes off as soon as he possibly can. Got somebody a little bit down on power from that start, not able to get the power down quickly, but Willie Evernham able to get down to the bottom, and Jonah Colbert goes into the wall. Oh my goodness, and we're still wrecking as he comes back down the track. My goodness. As he tows immediately, what happened to Jonah here? Oh, man, and he gets a bump there from Aaron Adcock. And kind of go back and see that one more time. Just the slightest tap as Aaron trying to fight off Jason Raymond. Gets on the gas just a little bit sooner than the 31, and he gets up going into the wall. And you see smoke from engine damage immediately. That is your Burkhalter Recycling Demolition Wreckage Rewind already. 2 cautions in 13 laps. Got guys coming down pit road. Ray Rogers, George Williams, Justin Miller. As the sun's starting to set here at Martinsville. We do have some guys that have made up quite a few spots. TJ Rogers here. TJ Roberts. I don't know why I keep saying TJ Rogers. I'll get it right eventually. TJ Roberts in the 11. He is up 14 spots from where he started. Taking advantage of some of these incidents. Making his way through, not getting stuck behind somebody or blocked on the track. There hadn't been that many race laps, but he's been able to make up quite a few spots. Kyle Roberts also up 13 spots. So a lot of guys moving. Alex Coffey has gotten a little bit of damage there on the front end of that machine, but he sits in 4th place. Really like the way that 7 car looks. I think I said it every week, but I just, you know, when it's good, it's good. And I'm a big fan of that paint scheme. I think he's already won the one it's designed paint of the night, so I can't give it to him again. But that's a good looking scheme. Lights are off on the pace car for Chris Carroll, as we have sort of a new running order. Don't know really what's going on here. Not sure what the 77 is doing. Pace car is coming off. Unless I'm missing something. Tony Edgerton, oh my goodness. Not really sure. There must be some miscommunication about what's going on as Tony, well, it shows him the last car on the lead lap. Not really sure why he didn't take the waiver round. He should have gotten the waiver round, but either some miscommunication or something's going wrong. Man, I'm over here befuddled. He is dropping like a rock, so I'm not really sure what happened to Tony, but that gave Jason Raymond the lead, as Tony not able to get going on that start. Would love some clarification, but I don't really know what happened, as it should have been Chris Carroll, but Chris Carroll going to lose the lead and 2nd place, and Jason Raymond going to take over the top spot. Jason Raymond loves the short track racing, so he oh my goodness, as Alex gets all kinds of sideways, trying to get that power down. But talking about Jason Raymond, he definitely no doubt loves short track racing. See them guys racing a lot. 5 Kings guys, this is where they want to get their win tonight. And looking good so far, but man, Alex is all over the back bumper, and he feels Chris Carroll coming. He knows he's got to get out in front because Chris is on his way back, gets right to his bumper. Let's see what Chris Carroll, if he's going to hang out behind Alex or is he going to push the issue, as it seems like Alex may be a little bit faster than Jason, but you also see him using a lot of his tires, spinning the back end off the corner. That's good for now, but 30, 40, 50, 60 laps from now, that could be a problem. So far the last few laps though, he's looked like he's able to keep it straight. But a nice battle for the lead here. You see Alex go drive into the corner, push up a little bit, trying to get a run off the corner. It's so easy to use the truck in front of you as a braking point, so you can always get into the corner better than the driver in front. It's trying to figure out how to get off the corner and get that position that's the tricky part. But Jason Raymond doing a great job of not making a mistake, and Alex really just has nowhere to go around him. As we click over to lap 26, Jason Raymond leading the way with Alex Coffey, who has moved from the 11th spot all the way to 2nd. Chris Carroll, who started on pole after that last restart, finds himself in 3rd place. And Charles Stevens Jr. running in 4th. He started in the 10th position. Right behind him is John Curtis, Willie Abraham in that 91 machine, and Todd Schott. Chris Bedwell and TJ Roberts round out your top 9, with Chuck Pegleg Phelps in the 10th position. Everybody kind of getting spread out right now. Love to see it. Now we can, drivers can really focus in on the driver in front of them, start to make their way forward if they're fast enough. We're going to see who is able to make some passes here. as these top three really haven't changed. The problem that they're going to have very, very soon is lap traffic. They're coming up on the end of the field, a big field, 25 drivers. It's just a small half-mile paperclip. It's going to be easy to catch the tail end of the field. So this is part of short track racing, though. This is what you it's a skill that you need to have if you're going to win at short tracks. Is dealing with lap traffic. It's just a part of it. You have to be really, really efficient about how you get through lap traffic. You can't wait. I know a lot of people say, well, just be patient and get around it. It's fine, but the guys behind you are going to just stack up, and you're going to find yourself going backwards. So you have to pick your moments where you're going to try to get a run on a guy. Maybe go high, maybe go low. And if you're the guy behind you, try to put the leader in a position, the guy in front of you at least, where he may get picked by another driver, and you're able to take the position away. So you see, as soon as Jason Raymond gets to the back bumper of Justin Millard and George Williams, they go side by side, and so he's going to have to pick his line and try to follow one of these drivers, and hopefully they can sort it out pretty quickly. And they don't have to move out of the way. I know that. Ooh, and they does sort of check up there. But they don't have to move out of the way. They're fighting for position. They're fighting for their spot on the track to stay on the lead lap. And you see Justin Miller going to hold the bottom line, and Jason Raymond, like a pro, goes around the outside. Oh, got somebody sitting sideways. Anthony McPherson sitting backwards on the track. As yellow flag is out again on lap 34 as he spins around right in front of Tracy Passons and is able to get that truck going. Let's check the Burkhalter Recycling Demolition Wreckage Rewind. Good Lord, that's a lot to say. But we're watching Anthony McPherson here as he goes down to the corner and just gets on the brakes a little bit too hard, and the back end comes around. So just a solo spin to bring out that caution, the third one of the night. Well, interesting development that we will we'll kind of bring up, and only for information, not to things happen. So this is just an informational thing, so you know what's going on. Cautions are off, and they're having to manually throw caution from the end of the race. I'm not really sure. I don't believe they have a live race control. I think they're having to be thrown from inside of someone's truck and admin on the track. So that's an interesting development. We'll see that kind of play out as the race goes on. Lucky dogs are not enabled, and unlimited fast repairs. So everybody that gets into a wreck should be able to come down every time and get a fast repair and get back on the track with a new truck. That changes a lot of this race. It's not intentional. None of these things were done intentional, but that does change how this race is going to go. And I only bring it up just to highlight what it could do. Unlimited fast repairs just gives you the option to go down and get a free truck every time you pit. So guys that get into wrecks, most of the time, if someone's having trouble, they get some damage and they're out of the race. And once they use their one fast repair, they are, they have to pull in and park it if they wreck again. But they will actually have unlimited fast repairs. So that could change a lot. That could really make this race maybe a little bit messier. Guys kind of knowing that they have that in their back pocket. The field really is never going to dwindle down. So something to think about as you see these guys get caught up in incidents. If your favorite driver gets wrecked a couple times, they'll be able to come down and get a free truck and get back on the track. But going to be wild. Jason Raymond, though, holding the top spot. Alex Coffey on the outside. We get ready to go back green. That 44 Toyota looking good. He gets a great jump on that, and it's going to bring Chris Carroll along with him on the inside as those two race side by side. Tammy Raymond in chat saying, let's go 44. He's leading the way right now. Chris Carroll able to complete the pass for second place. Alex Coffey, though, looking back to the inside, does a little crossover as the battle for second place is still underway. And Chris Carroll able to fend him off, and now he is looking to run down that 44 machine. Let's check back here. Kyle Roberts, Chuck Phelps, Aaron Adcock, Tracy Passons. This is for 11th, 12th, 13th. Kyle Roberts, one of the biggest movers in the race, trying to hold off some extremely fast drivers. As Po-Man trying to find their way back up to the front and contend for this win. But it looks like it is going to be difficult making these passes tonight. Right in front of them, you got Tanner Marr in the one machine. Goes to the inside of TJ Roberts. Heck yeah, said it right. That's what I'm talking about. TJ Roberts having trouble. Either he got stuck up on the outside or maybe has a little bit of damage. But he is dropping like a rock here. But Tanner Marr up into the top 10, running 9th. Trying to catch his teammate, Tanner Marr. Oh, as we go up to the front, Alex Coffey gets loose off the corner and gets into the wall. And he is going to lose a spot to John Curtis. But, man, I tell you what, that truck looks like a mess. It looks like it's ready to go to the Burkhalter Recycling, maybe to a junkyard and get crushed. But, man, he is still wheeling that thing. Oh, as Todd Schott goes around into the inside wall, back up into the track, into Kyle Roberts. A big wreck as Todd Schott loses it, and Kyle Roberts with nowhere to go. Let's go on board with Kyle Roberts if we can and see that. We'll pause this so I can get to the camera and go to Kyle Roberts as we watch. See Todd Schott up in that yellow car right in front of him as we're on board with. See him spinning down to the inside, and oh, just nowhere to go for Kyle Roberts. Kyle Roberts having a great run. And looked like he had to tow motor blue. That's, man, that's disappointing. All right, well, Jonah in chat saying that there has been a gentleman's agreement to only use one fast repair tonight. So that's a cool thing. Very cool for everybody to adhere to that and agree that unlimited fast repairs could potentially cause a long night. Everybody agrees and has agreed to only use one of those fast repairs. Got some folks coming down pit road. You got John Curtis giving up that 4th or 5th spot. Ray Rogers coming in. Alex Coffey definitely coming in as he needed to get some work done to that truck. Doesn't look like he used a fast repair. Looks like he just gets some manual damage fixed. Get back out there. He's currently in 12th place after that. So just give you a quick rundown on the running order as things have changed quite a bit in the last few laps. Jason Raymond, Chris Carroll, Charles Stevens Jr., Willie Evernham, Chris Bedwell, your top 5. Tanner Marr, Chuck Phelps, Aaron Adcock, TJ Roberts, Alan Smith, your top 10. John Curtis, Alex Coffey, Tracy Passons, Eric Burkhalter, the first car, a lap down in 14th. Matt Rogers, 15th. Tony Edgerton, 16th. Todd Schott, 17th. Justin Miller, 18th. 19th, Ray Rogers. 20th, Anthony McPherson. 21st, Kyle Roberts. 22nd, George Williams. Chris McLean on pit road for multiple laps. Had to tow. I don't know what happened, why he was on there for so long. But he is currently quite a few laps down at 23rd. 24th, Jonah Colbert. And 25th, Mickey Isaac. Looks like Mickey didn't grid up. Well, I do the best I can to put them in timeout and block them. Like I said, I really wish I could understand why that these bots come into the channel. I've seen it in intensity, so I apologize. Just make sure if you see any links, anything that looks not appropriate, I apologize. I have no control over it. I try to ban them, but they come back time after time. But just don't click any links that you see in chat. And green flag is out, though, for Jason Raymond. He gets a great jump. And Charles Stevens Jr. kind of dives it down in there, trying to find position on Chris Carroll for second, as he not able to hold that bottom, as Chris Carroll able to get a great run off the top side and hang on to that second position. Willie Abraham getting stuck to the wall a little bit. You know, it's always nice if you have a spotter in iRacing. You can have somebody join under your name and actually spot for you. And it's always nice to have somebody doing that, especially here, to try to help you get back down on the bottom line. Oh, if somebody gets really, really loose there, it's like Tanner Marr. See Willie Abraham going to try to get down to that bottom, get down to the bottom here. Going to lose a few spots, but not that many. Check in on Alex Coffey. Has made his way back into the top 10. Let's go on board with Alex. Like who that is. Somebody was slowed down. It's like maybe Justin Miller smoking there. Now it goes to the inside of Chuck, trying to take over the 7th place. As we go back up front, though, watching as Jason Raymond, man, has done a great job ever since taking over the lead with that lap traffic kind of, or whatever happened on that restart that goofed that restart up. That Chris Carroll lost the lead. He has been trying to get it back patiently, but Jason is driving sort of like a machine, man, not making any mistakes. You see guys sliding the rears off the corner, driving it really deep into the corner, and he just looks solid, man. Just the truck looks pretty clean. Got a little bump on the back bumper, but you don't really see him getting out of shape. Doing a great job. Chris Bedwell looking comfortable in that 95 Chevrolet. We talked to him earlier, talked about his new equipment, and he was a Final Four driver last season. Man, just a blast to race around. Really, really clean driver, fun. and he has gotten into the top 5, running in 4th place. Trying to run down Charles Stevens, maybe we have something for these top 2 that have really checked away. Jason Raymond, Chris Carroll have checked out to about 2.5 over 3rd place Charles Stevens. As Alex Coffey moves back into the top 5, man, he is really, he's a man on a mission. We saw him up there fighting for the lead. Already looking like he's definitely much faster than almost everybody he's run up on. A little talk about tire wear at Martinsville, especially as the sun starts going down. That track's going to cool off a little bit. A lot of tracks you'll hear talking about tires, how important they are. Got to get down pit road and get those tires. But here at Martinsville, not that important. You can run quite a few laps. The most important thing here tonight is track position. If a caution comes out, unless it's been, I mean, I've seen guys go 100 laps on a set of tires and still hold the top spot. Just not that big of a deal. You don't wear the tires. This track's not very abrasive apparently, and so at the end of the day, it's very hard to pass. So track position is going to be the most important thing. So you're gonna stay out on old tires just to be able to keep that track position. Yeah, I have no idea what to do about that. I need to make one of you a moderator apparently, so y'all can ban them outright. But we'll keep doing the best we can to block them every time they pop up. Hate that it's taken away from the racing a little bit, but like I said, try to be a family-friendly type thing here, so trying to get it out of chat. Maybe kids watching. It's not something that I did. I think it's just bots that come in to people's channels, so not really sure how to get rid of it. Going back up front, just checking on the lead, make sure we're not missing a pass to the lead. As you see, George Williams in that 40 going a lap down, another one, I think. But Jason Raymond, man, doing a great job. These two, like I said, stepped out to a 3-second lead over now 3rd place Alex Coffey, who has found his way back up towards the front of the main little group. These two have definitely scooted away. I think Chris Carroll may be a little bit faster, trying to be patient. If you're running in 2nd place and you're faster than the guy in front of you, there's no need to push the issue. You're not in a hurry. Not going to really do you much good to make contact with the leader. Just kind of ride behind him. Oh, and we finally see Jason Raymond, a little chink in that armor, and gets loose off the corner. And Chris Carroll, waiting patiently, takes advantage of that mistake. And now Chris Carroll back out to the front. And that 97 going to have to deal with lap traffic now, as Alan Smith is stuck to the wall there. See if he can get off the wall, and he is. It's like he did that on purpose in that trigger time. Chevy Silverado. He's currently running in 13th. It looks like there's a lot of damage to that car. I guess he knew there was damage to the front. And he was like, you know what, I need to scrape this side up a little bit. And like he's been involved in a few things. Maybe need to come down and get that gentleman's fast repair at some point. I don't know. As Alex Coffey trying to go to the inside. Oh, Anthony McPherson going to get to the wall right in front of Jason Raymond. Able to keep it together. And we're having a nice little green flag run here. I shouldn't have said that. I wish I hadn't. But knock on wood, everything looks good. Chris Carroll already out to a 2nd lead after getting around Jason Raymond. So even with that little bit of damage, you can see it. Not a huge deal here at Martinsville. Aero, not super important. Top speed in this race is 119 miles an hour. While that sounds pretty fast in a in your everyday car, that's pretty low for racing. You know, especially in NASCAR, as you see speeds over 170 miles an hour. So aero, not a huge deal. Check in on this battle as Chris Bedwell and Willie Evernham fighting it out for the top 5. Nice little bundle of cars here. Willie leading this little group with Chris Bedwell, Tanner Marr in that one, Chuck Pegleg Phelps in that brown and red Marines colors 75 machine. Then right behind him, Aaron Adcock and John Curtis. Inside of Willie. Willie gets a little bit squirrely there. Tell you what, let's go on board with Chuck Pegleg Phelps and let's, as somebody goes around, Charles Stevens is around, sitting sideways on the track, and caution is out on lap 81 is Charles Stevens, who was running up inside the top 5, is now sitting sideways perpendicular on the track, and that's not good. He's trying to get back on the track, but just not able to do it. Finally gets the thing going back the right way. Let's go back to the see that happened right in front of him. See him enter in the corner a little bit too high, gets on the brakes, the truck rotates, and does a little half spin there in the corner exit. Everybody able to get around cleanly though, so nothing too bad there, but tough for Charles Stevens. He was having a great run. But looks like a lot of people have decided to go down pit road. And they're coming out of the pits right now. So, yeah, pretty much all your leaders coming down pit road. Oh, no, it looks like Alex Coffey and John Curtis actually stay out here as they came into pits earlier. They pitted on last lap, the lap 46 is when they pitted that last caution. As I'm having a stroke up in the booth. So quite a few laps on those tires, but like I said, here at Martinsville, 30 laps on tires, not as big of a deal. They'll matter a little bit, but not as much as other tracks. So definitely don't think they'll be at a huge disadvantage, but we'll see. We'll get to see it play out right in front of us. Under what I believe is our 4th caution of the night on lap 86. Not quite halfway just yet, but lights are out on the pace car, getting ready to go back green. Alex Coffey, after coming in, getting the fast repair, is going to lead us down to this restart. We'll see how big of a deal those tires really make. Good to see a couple teammates there counting each other down on the restart. Don't know if that's going to work out good for John Curtis, as he would have loved to got down on the bottom. But he is fighting hard, though, on the outside. And if he doesn't, he's got a long line of cars on the bottom ready to take that spot. And he's doing a great job. Very impressive by John Curtis. Hard to say if it's teamwork that's getting that done, or what's going on, or just how important tires are going to be. As Jason Raymond getting very close to the wall there, but a fantastic race up here as old Chris Carroll getting on the brakes a little bit harder. You see the hands inside the car just weaving back and forth. As he's going to drive down into the corner, Alex Coffey going to have to give way, and Chris Carroll up to the third position as pass for lead. Jason Raymond going to the inside of John Curtis. Like I said, John and Curtis, Alex Coffey on older tires. So, you know, I'm eating my words just a little bit. It definitely looks like the tires are kind of a big deal. So, normally track position is king, but at least right there, it looked like those new tires really made a big difference. It looks like Alex Coffey is in the wall. I've seen quite a few guys get stuck to that wall tonight. Alex Coffey already back to 7th place after leading us to that restart. Back up front, though, Jason Raymond, man, has really showed up and showed out tonight as he led the majority of that last run. There at the end, Chris Carroll able to get around him and start to pull away. But Jason Raymond definitely seems like the better truck on a short run. Which is usually what you want. Probably in Martinsville with 25 trucks, you want to be better at a short run. Chris Bedwell getting to the back bumper of Chris Carroll. Tanner Marr, Jason Raymond's teammate, up to 4th place, and having him for a run. He's definitely needed a good run. Had a rough start to the season, but as you can see, short track looking strong. What I was going to do earlier, to go check some of these Po-Man drivers out. On board with Chuck Phelps. Let's pull up the screen here and let's see what Chuck's looking like here. Yeah, oh, his caution is out. That government can't go on board with anybody. As soon as I do it, a caution comes out. Looks like TJ Roberts goes around. Let's go back and see what happened to him. Yeah, just trying to get that get the power down on the high side, about a lane and a half up. Kind of tough to make that work without the tires just breaking loose and just kind of self spins. And that brings out our 5th or 6th caution at this point. And Garrett Kender in chat says sticks are crossed halfway. So all that we just did, we got to do it one more time, y'all. And we will see who can win the virtual grandfather clock. So 100 laps down, 90 laps to go. Four drivers started the race. Currently 13 drivers on the lead lap. Matt Rogers, excuse me, running in 14th, the first car a lap down. And you see up at the top, quite a few drivers out of this one. Looks like drivers who have called it quits. Eric Burkhalter, Justin Miller, Ray Rogers, Chris McLean, Jonah Colbert, and of course Mickey Isaac. Not sure if he ever gridded up. It's a tough night. Tough night for some drivers who were extremely fast, including two top 4 drivers from last season out early. And Chris McLean, Jonah Colbert. Lights are off on the pace car. And ready to get this thing back rolling. Racing so far has been really good. The cautions that we've seen, a few self spins, a couple drivers getting together, but nothing like you would expect. Drivers aren't being rough with each other, but not just yet anyway. Jason Ray with a great restart there. Kind of keeps Chris Bedwell. Oh, and my goodness, Tanner Marr jumps down in front of Bedwell, and Bedwell just, dadgummit if I didn't just say that we hadn't seen guys get into each other, as Alex Coffey, Tracy Passon's involved in that, as we saw that right off the screen. Go back and watch. Involve Tanner Marr, Chris Bedwell on this restart. Tanner Marr cleared him and thinking that he'll jump down to the bottom. I'm not sure if Bedwell was ready for the checkup. Hard to say, I'm not really into the business of knowing or assigning faults or anything like that. Just two drivers get together there. It looks like Tanner Marr just doing like what we talked about. Being on the outside is tough. And you want to get down to the bottom as soon as possible. Took a little bit of a liberty there to late go down to the bottom and get on the brakes. Hoping that Bedwell would give him a break, and Bedwell didn't. And the number one goes around along with a few others. So back under caution after that restart on lap 106. Big props to whoever is running race control right now. Maybe somebody in chat can tell me. But it looks like they're manually doing lucky dogs, manually throwing cautions. Big props to whoever's doing that. Hopefully we get a name and can shout them out, because it can be definitely difficult to do it everything manually. A couple things just didn't get switched on when the server was built, and so these guys doing a great job of it's like Charles Stevens has a caution button. and he's helping throw in the cautions as he sees them. So that's a good thing. Want to shout him out. Thanks, Charles, for taking care of that. So the admins, folks in charge, doing a great job of taking care of things that need to be done. Well, we were showing Chuck right there before that caution came out, but man, Chuck having a great run, man, up to third place. Started in the 12th position, is up 9 spots. So man, Chuck is having a great run. That truck looks super clean. You don't hardly see any dents, a little bit in the back there, but outside of that, truck looks pretty clean, just like Jason Raymond, who's been out front all night long. So Chuck doing what he has to do to stay up near the front. Pace car is off. Jason Raymond going to lead us down to another restart. Gets that thing rolling. Bedwell going to try to clear Chuck off this corner here. He's going to be able to take over the third place. And Chuck's going to try to fight off Willie Evernham, Aaron Adcock, Todd Schott for this 4th position. And it is a Hornet's nest right here. You see a lot of cars, you see a lot of front ends slam on the ground as these guys get on the brakes a little bit harder than maybe they want to, getting sideways, jumping out of lane. You ever see somebody trying to see some folks stopped at a stoplight and see somebody jump out of lane, they were looking at their phone, similar to that. Keep from running in the back of somebody. What am I talking about? I don't know. Go back up to the lead. We've seen this before. Jason Raymond setting the pace, but Chris Carroll following right in his tire tracks. Watch this battle between Charles Stevens Jr. and Alex Coffey. Charles looking racy in that 88 machine. Alex actually gives him the inside, says, hey, if you're going to take it, go ahead. And Charles not quite able to make that move work. So Alex will take over the position. Definitely think Alex Coffey has definitely enough skill to get back up there, as he does have fresher tires now than everybody in front of him. Seems to be kind of pitting off sequence here as John Curtis right in front of him. So Alex has the freshest tires in the field. And I definitely think he has what it takes to get up front, and definitely think he's got what it takes to win this thing. He just needs some luck, some things to go his way. His laps are starting to run out, 70 laps to go. He seems to be fast enough he can get up there to the top 5, but needs some luck, some things to go his way to get back up there. As he's up there in the top 3 for the first part of the race. See if he gets back bumper of Todd's shot. Todd shot having a nice recovery. Saw him spin and hit the inside wall, come back up on the track, and collect Kyle Roberts. Not that many cautions ago, but has been able to get as fast repair as he drives in, almost gets into the 17. That opens the door for the 7. Oh, my goodness. Almost kind of gets into the right rear of the 7. Almost hooks him to the wall, but they're able to get out of that with no issue. Yeah, Todd was bouncing off the inside wall up into the front of Kyle Roberts, but is running in 8th now. The Big Cheese himself, Aaron Adcock, running in 6th place. Saw him up there in the top 3 early on. It's kind of just been hanging out around this 5th, 6th, and 7th position for most of the night. Try to get Poman in victory lane. It's number 77. Slow on the outside. Not sure if he's having trouble or maybe just trying to let guys go. I think he's just trying to let everybody go. It's hard to do that here in Martinsville, especially once it gets spread out. There'll be cars almost everywhere on the track. But he does a great job of getting out of the way and letting the leaders pass. Currently running in 16th place. Check in on the lead. Same song, different verse. Jason Raymond, Chris Carroll stepping out by 2.3 seconds over 3rd place Chris Bedwell. We saw this last long green flag run, and Chris Carroll takes advantage of a mistake that Jason Raymond got a little bit loose there. Was able to take that position. They are racing hard. You can definitely tell whenever they start to see those cars or trucks yaw out off the corner, get a little sideways, you know they're putting a little extra into it. See the hands on the wheels going back and forth. These guys are not just piddling, they are racing. Lap 130, 60 laps to go. Well, and so far this season, just to kind of recap, if you haven't seen any of the races, don't know what's going on, maybe just need a refresher. Chris McLean takes the victory in Daytona, and then Chris Carroll with 2 straight wins in Las Vegas and Atlanta. And then Alex Coffey takes home the victory at Watkins Glen last week. We may have somebody sitting sideways. Alan Smith sitting backwards on the front stretch. Try to get that thing turned around, and caution is out as the number 3 goes around. Burkhalter recycling wreckage rewind. Let's see what happened to him. Just gets a little bit too high off the corner. When you do that, you always just try to compensate. Well, I should go on board with him and see, why that happens. As normally you come off the bottom and the car is straight, but as you come off this high, you've got that right rear kind of kicked out, and when you give it gas, it just breaks those rear tires loose. You're trying to give it a little bit more gas as you get a little tight here. And when that happens and you transition to the straightaway, the truck just comes around. We've seen that happen a couple times. Very, very easy to do. Well, now pit road is wide open. Is all the leaders coming down pit road now. So everybody will be most likely on the same strategy. And I would imagine, I mean, unless we run, 30, 40 laps, which we've seen tires, after about 40 laps or so, do definitely make a difference. As we saw John Curtis, Alex Coffey try to make it hold on about 35-ish lap older tires, not quite able to do it. Seemed to drop pretty quickly. So I think we'll see another caution in the next 30, 40 laps. We'll see guys come in, but that more than likely is going to be the last pit stop for most, especially under green. They can go the rest of the way. So hopefully we go green the rest of the way, but something to think about. If you are on the track, you definitely saw that how much a difference it made. So you get down to the end, you have to make the right calls. Like I said, track position is usually a priority, but never know what could happen. Yeah, Kelly Coffey says, I would love to see Coffey's victory, but I know things that are out of your control. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, nobody more than me was so disappointed last week. As a very stable power grid where I live, and don't know exactly what happened, never really understood, but power went out here for a good 4 hours during some really bad storms that we've had. Yeah, definitely hate it. I understand being frustrated, not being able to see that, and I definitely was excited to broadcast a road course anyway. So yeah, I was definitely disappointed too. So I mirror that. So, but I appreciate you being understanding. And the way he's driving tonight, we may see another Coffey victory. So we'll definitely get it tonight. Restart though on lap 138. Chris Carroll gets out front on the pit stops. He gets control of the restart. He jumps out to a pretty quick lead as Kyle Roberts goes around. Got another wreck. Charles Stevens involved, and caution is going to be out again. As we've got Burkhalter Recycling going to have a whole heck of a lot of screen time. Looks like Alan Smith involved in this one again. A little check up on the bottom line, giving plenty of room. Oh no, Todd Schott just gets loose and catches Tanner Marr, and so it looks like Todd Schott gets a little sideways after trying to get on the brakes, trying to avoid hitting somebody, and a couple drivers go around. So under caution again on lap 141. Eric Burkhalter says, look for a backup generator. Well, I mean, Power Company has been solid for the 2 or 3 years we've been here. We have never lost power except for the other night. So, yeah, Burkhalter Recycling is. This is where this track right here at Martinsville, you're definitely getting your money's worth. I got to give out a best paint scheme. That's something that I hadn't been thinking about here lately. Been running my mouth too much. We got to give out a best paint scheme. Who's it gonna be, man? I don't know. There's just too many, and I feel like everybody gets slighted when I don't pick them, but because it's a hard decision. So I'll tell you what. No, I'm not going to do that. gonna say I give chat the vote, but I don't want y'all to vote for somebody that's already won it. Well, I'll tell you what, man, I got to give it to this 75 machine of Chuck Pegleg Felts. He is the 1-inch Designs paint of the night. You know, I'm not a huge red and gold fan. Wouldn't say those are my favorite colors, but you know, for a Marine to wear those colors and put them on a truck, he makes it look good, and even got the helmet to match. So Chuck Pegleg Felts is going to win the 1-inch Designs paint of the night. So congratulations. Well, all right. Well, let's get going. Get back to green flag racing. I know that's a lot to ask here at Martinsville. It's going to be tough, especially as we continue on, click these laps away, get down to the end of the race. It's probably going to ramp up and be even more, but we're going to get through it, and I believe it's going to be exciting. As Chris Carroll gets a nice little jump, but Jason Raymond does a great job on the restart, able to stay right behind him. It seems like maybe a little communication there, which I love to see. Definitely nothing wrong with that. I love to see teammates working together to have good races, as Willie Evernham almost gets into the wall there. Tanner Marr looks down to the inside of Aaron Adcock and actually changes his mind a little bit, and Matt Rogers pays for it as he kind of gets up into Matt. Like Tanner was going to try to jump down to the end of inside of the 17 and decides against it. Go back up front. Oh, it's Chris Bedwell hard into the wall. Very, very hard lick to that right side and that right front. Is that that's one of those that's going to hurt you. That suspension, especially on iRacing in these trucks, very, very sensitive. Not what you want to do. He may have gotten a little bit lucky, as looks like he's still doing okay. He may have hit it just flat enough. But that's a scary moment. You get it to 1.5 miler like Atlanta, Texas, Vegas, somewhere like that, and you hit the wall like that, it's pretty much over. Oh, as Alex Coffey's going to get sideways, a 4-wheel slide, and everyone almost able to avoid it, and Tanner Marr gets involved with it, and Alex Coffey goes around, smoke coming out of that thing. And you know, that's probably my fault for talking about him too much, as I don't know if he's already used his fast repair. I know he did some manual damage fixing, so I think he still has a fast repair left. But man, it's so disappointing. He had just sort of a 4-wheel slide into that corner and almost caught it. Tanner Marr just clips him at the last second. Let's go back and watch it. Yeah, just really aggressive on the brake bias, it seems. We talked about that at the beginning of the race. You see Tanner Marr just come in at the last second. Everybody else gets through pretty quickly. But yeah, we talked about it early at the race, the brake bias, and all that does is just transfer brake power from the front to the sort of balanced, putting more brake power when you push the pedal. More brakes go to the front wheels versus the rears, and if you're not careful, it's kind of like being on a bike and you hit that front brake and you go over the handlebars. Something similar. So you be aggressive to help that car turn into the corner and get a better entry. And if you're not careful, it can really hurt you. And it looks like that's what happened to number 7. And 7 of Alex Coffey, watch him as he limps down. His motor is gone. And it looks like he's going to be able to limp down into his pit stall. And fast repair complete. Brand new motor. Man, them boys are quick. So Alex Coffey still in this thing, man. I tell you what, it's been a really, I can't say it's been up and down. It's been up and then a lot of down. But he is in 12th place, stays on the lead lap, I believe. So he still has plenty of time. About 35 laps to get back up there. But up front, it is still Chris Carroll, Jason Raymond, Willie Evernham, Chris Bedwell. Willie Evernham kind of sneaking up into that 3rd place position that's kind of been held by Chris Bedwell for a while. But Chris getting into the wall there on that last run and pancake that right side. Didn't look like it hurt him too bad. Lights are off on the pace car. We're going to get back racing. And I can imagine everybody's going to play nice at this point. We're not going to have any more cautions. A fast repair does not give them new tires, just a new engine, body work, all that kind of stuff, but the tires remain the same. That's a great question, though. Chris Carroll gets a good jump. Jason Raymond doing the smart thing of getting down to the bottom as soon as possible. As Tracy passes way out of the groove as, Po-Man getting after it. As Alex Coffey goes 3 wide as they are beating and banging. Aaron Adcock, Tracy passes. Man, that's what I love to see. I love to see that type of racing. They're going to lose a few spots from it. But, man, they were really getting with it. As, we got cars all over the track. Don't know what's going on. No caution is out. We don't see any cars spinning, but that was a close call all around. Let's go back up front, though, as Chris Carroll in the spot that you want to be here is on the closing laps out in front. Jason Raymond has had a lot of really good short run speed all night long. He needs to use that to his advantage now and got to get up there and take that spot away from Chris Carroll, because if he continues to lead as the run goes on, he is shown to have way better long run speed. But you also, if you're Jason Raymond, you want to get out front. If caution comes out, you get to control the restart. Last lap, Jason Raymond about a 10th faster. We'll go ahead and pull up the lap time history between these two and see. They seem to be trading blows here since the restart. Eric Burkhalter says it's going to be a long day at work tomorrow. Yeah, Tracy Pass and Aaron Adcock actually work together, so going to be a little bit awkward for sure, but I don't think so. I think they have a good time. Going to be a lot of fun beating and banging. There's nobody better you'd rather be beating and banging with than somebody that you really like. So. And you see these top 2 drivers really just trading back and forth. Chris will be faster 1 lap, and then Raymond will follow it up with something similar. But he is right there, so close. See a little bit faster that time by. And of course we've seen this already. If you're Jason, you just know you gotta get it done pretty quick. But man, he is starting to lose a little bit of ground there. The last lap or so have been about a 10th and a half slower. 26 laps to go. We'll check in on Alex Coffey. He's been able to move up from the 12th spot to the 7th place. He's going to run out of time, though. He's going to need a caution, but he is definitely making pretty quick work of some of these guys. Having about 20 lap fresher tires. He's going to use them all up in the next 25 laps to get up towards the front. He's probably can get a few more spots, but he's definitely going to need a caution. It looks like Charles Stevens Jr. is all over him. But currently, going back to maybe our biggest mover right now is TJ Roberts, up 13 spots from where he started. Man, having a great race. Saw him have a solo spin early, but has been able to recover. And oh no, Alex Coffey goes around. As soon as I was talking about both of them, TJ Roberts involved, and man, another wreck involving Alex Coffey. I feel like this is all my fault. I'm just not going to talk about him anymore because every time I talk about him, he gets involved in something. Let's go back and see what happened there. He's got Charles Stevens on his back bumper. Oh, man, Charles Stevens gets in pretty hot and gets into the back of the 7. And him and TJ Roberts go around. My goodness. Well, yeah, I cannot blame Ratchet for these. It seems to be all on me tonight. So I think Ratchet's got his voodoo doll out, and he's just every time I say something about a driver, he's poking me. Yeah, Kelly Coffey going to wring my neck tonight. So I'm just not going to talk about Alex anymore. We'll see where he ends up at the end of the race. I try to show folks that people who are watching, who are being active in chat, try to make sure I show their driver enough so they can, I don't want anybody watching not to be able to see where their favorite driver's running. But I don't think I've done Alex any favors tonight. Got to give it up for Willie Evernham sitting in 3rd place, man. He's had a great race. Willie showing he's got a lot of strength here at a short track. He's had a pretty quiet, clean race. So far, that's a really, really good thing. Yeah, I know, Kelly. Like I said, I'm gonna take my voodoo elsewhere. Every time I've talked about somebody that get into the wall or something, so I'm gonna take my voodoo elsewhere and leave him alone and let him. Let it be. Lights are still on the pace car as we click away. Laps under caution coming to 18 to go. Hopefully we'll get the 1 to go here. We'll see as the lights go off or they stay on. Yeah, come on. Getting ready to go back green. Chris Carroll gonna take the outside here on the restart. Leader gets to choose what lane they want to start in. So to help out, I believe these guys are teammates. So to help out his teammate, going to start on the outside, get a good jump, and allow Jason Raymond to hang on to the bottom. Kelly Coffey says don't talk about Curtis either. Okay, I won't talk about him either. But Chris Carroll gets a great jump. Jason Raymond going to have that inside. And Bedwell going to be fighting on the outside as Willie Evernham going to try to get an inside track on Bedwell. Not quite able to do that. So Bedwell up to 3rd. Evernham back to 4th. Bedwell's damage doesn't seem to be bothering him too bad. So it seems like he is good to go. Gets a little bit too hot into turn 3. Had to chase up the track a little bit. That allows somebody I won't name to get up to his back bumper. Kind of spread out single file. Check on the lead. Chris Carroll out to a 0.8 of a second lead with 13 laps to go. USAFirearms.com Chevrolet with the 5 Kings on the hood. While we get ready for the last 10 laps, as always, want to shout out series sponsor, Apex Sim Racing. Definitely go check them out. We showed a little bit of it's apexsimracing.com. All kinds of button boxes, all kinds of things. If you got a sim rig, or you just got a really nice desk that you want to put something on, a switch to turn your vehicle, your virtual vehicle on. All kinds of cool stuff. Go check them out, apexsimracing.com. Promo code SHOWDOWN, all caps. So in the market, definitely go check them out. You know, I tell you what, just if you're watching, go buy a switch or something. Go buy a knob, something. Get that inventory moving as you watch this battle between the 91 and the 117. I won't say the 117's name. Driver of the 117. If you wonder why I'm not saying your name, I've been told in chat not to say who you are. So I can't say who it is. But 8 laps to go, I should probably be worried. Oh, as Willie Evernham does a 4-wheel slide in the middle of that corner, and that's going to allow whoever's driving the 117 to get to the inside. And he is really going to fight hard on the outside. This is for the 4th position. And you see the man, they're battling hard here. Willie going to lose that spot. That 117 feller takes over the 4th position. It may not be over yet. Willie looking a little racy here. Going to try to fire back. Maybe try to take that spot back. 5 laps to go. As battle for 4th place looks like it's starting to settle. We go back up front. Chris Carroll with a 0.9 of a second lead over Jason Raymond. They are matching lap times as they go by Tony Edgerton. Everybody able to get through pretty cleanly. Top 3 pretty solid. Chris Bedwell, though, have to be careful. That green and black truck, man, he is really moving here. May run out of laps here. But he is showing a lot of speed here at the end of the race. Chris Carroll with a 1.3 second lead comes out of turn number 4, takes the white flag. Your absolute product solution, icing the competition, final lap, and Chris Carroll has done that so far. Comes down the back straightaway, has a plenty, not even sure what I'm saying, making up words. Doesn't matter. Virtual grandfather clock goes to Chris Carroll as he wins the Apex Sim Racing 150 from Martinsville with a great race. Jason Raymond with a fantastic finish in second place, up there battling for the lead, and just a really good pit stop out of the 97 crew, able to get him out front, and Chris Bedwell comes home in third place. So long race, lots of cautions, but really good racing, and a fantastic finish as Chris Carroll does take home the victory. Let's go ahead and pull up the results. You can kind of see it going on right here. That's qualifying results. Don't look at that. Close your eyes. All right, now open them. Chris Carroll, Jason Raymond, Chris Bedwell, your top three. John Curtis, I can finally say his name, finishes in fourth with a great run up to fourth place. Willie Evernham with a fantastic finish in fifth. Chuck Phelps in sixth. Charles Stevens Jr. recovers to seventh. Todd Schott, 8th. Aaron Adcock, 9th. Matt Rogers, 10th. Tracy Passons, 11th. 12th, Alex Coffey. 13th, Alan Smith. 14th, George Williams. 15th, Kyle Roberts. 16th, Tony Edgerton. 17th, TJ Roberts. 18th, Tanner Marr. 19th, Anthony McPherson. 20th, Eric Burkhalter. 21st, Justin Miller. 22nd, Chris McLean. 23rd, Ray Rogers. 24th, Jonah Colbert. And 25th, Mickey Isaac. So let's talk to some guys. Let's see what they thought of the race as we go ahead and get the. Well, let's get some of these. The Hard Luck Award. I mean, I got to give it to Alex Coffey. He definitely had the speed that the top 3 or 4 had, but just some tough luck tonight. Some of his own doing, some things that really didn't have anything to do with him. And, I tell you, tough luck. So he is the Trigger Time Jammed Up Award winner, Alex Coffey. The Hard Charger Award is a little bit harder to give out. It's actually a tie between Kyle Roberts and Tony Edgerton, so we'll give it to both of them. I guess since it's Kyle Roberts' award, we're gonna go ahead and give it to Tony Edgerton. He's gonna be the Kyle Roberts handmade leather hard charger. So congratulations to Tony. Started last and finishes in 16th. So good run by him. All right, let's get the Five Kings Corner opened up. Let's talk to some drivers, and let's see what they thought about tonight's race, starting with Chris Bedwell. Hey, Chris, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Got you, Eddie.
Well, I know you probably wanted a victory. You always want to come and race to race to win, but we talked before the race. You haven't had the season that I thought you would normally have. You got some new equipment, getting used to it. And tonight, hey, look, you turned the corner with a third place finish, and you were up there battling, racing really hard, and yeah, it's a good way to get maybe this turned around for you. So congratulations on a third place finish. I'm rambling. I should just let you talk. Tell us about your race, Chris.
No, you're good. Yeah, it was a pretty rough race, but it is Martinsville. I do feel really bad about pretty well ruining Tanner Marr's race. He was just fighting for position. He got clear of me and then cut in the inside lane, and I just wasn't ready for the braking. Locked him up, and he went for a ride. So I feel real bad about that one. But overall, it's a top 3 at a short track. Mostly it's about survival. And last week I got to see a blue and yellow flag for the first time ever at a road course. So that was a humbling experience. So my teammates wanted to make sure I let everybody know that. So this week it's a lot better top 3. So pretty happy with that one.
Yeah, good finish. We saw you get into the wall there. Normally in these trucks, I mean, if you get any kind of damage, it is it's pretty much terminal. You got into the wall just a little bit, but it didn't seem to affect you that much. Did it kind of change the handling at all?
No, it was pretty good. I mean, I'm not the greatest short track driver, but the um, the damage to the front, I thought I would have more damage when I had that early spin. I sort of parked it at the wall, but I didn't have any damage on that one, and then I didn't have any damage after Tanner's uh, after I wrecked Tanner, and then I know I smacked the wall coming out of one of the turns. I mean, the truck handled a little bit differently, but it wasn't, wasn't down on power or anything, so didn't have to use a fast repair, so I didn't. I got a bonus point, I think, with that, so I'll take everything I can get.
Man, well, really happy to see you get a third place finish, get you a good finish this season, and I'm ready for you to turn it around, man. Get out there and start winning races. I'm excited for that. So congratulations on third place finish. You got anybody you want to thank? Any shout out sponsors?
Uh, well, we got a podcast coming out soon, Turn One Heroes podcast, about all those Turn One hero moments. Gonna do that with my teammate George Williams. It's in the works, still working on it. And thanks for Tony Edgerton for coming on board and making it a nice group to run with every Thursday night. And appreciate Aaron and all the sponsors of the league.
All right. Well, there was Chris Bedwell, third place finisher. Started in sixth place and comes home third. Let's move on to Jason Raven. Jason, this Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, I'm gonna turn you up just a little bit, man. What a fantastic race you had! Not surprising. I mean, we all know you love short track racing. This is your baby here, and you really showed a lot of strength tonight. I mean, short run early, you definitely showed a lot of speed. Chris Carroll seemed to be pretty good on the long run, and then pit crew seemed to kind of let you down at the end there. You were able to get that lead and hold on to it. But overall, a fantastic race for you. Talk about it. Tell me how your race went. How you feeling about it?
Oh man. Well, you can never complain about a P2 run anywhere. Yeah, I mean, I'm a short track driver. All of the guys that are in here for Five Kings Motorsports, we run short tracks 3 times a week at least in different leagues, and definitely have all the short tracks circled on the schedule here. Yeah, I felt great here tonight. I was struggling a little bit in practice trying to find the right brake bias, but I found that, and I felt like I was able to just kind of pace myself early on. And I don't know, Chris, he's super good at being consistent and super fast over long runs. That's one of his greatest strengths. And to be able to run up front with him and lead, I think over 100 laps, definitely a good showing for me, and just show that I'm here to contend for a championship later on.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, you looked really, really smooth. I talked about that earlier when you were leading so many laps on that really long green flag run we had. But it seemed like you were really smooth, man. Able to hold on to the bottom. You didn't seem like you were driving, overdriving the truck at all. Not sliding the rears off the corner. What do you think on the long run? You started to lose a little bit because you were definitely holding him at bay for a while, and then he was able to get back to you. Where do you think you were kind of losing the truck there?
I'm not sure. I feel like he was somehow rotating center a little bit better than I was, and allowed him to kind of get up off the corner a little bit better. I know earlier in the race I was out front and he was in second, and I got a little too anxious, kicked the car sideways. Well, sorry, truck. Gave him the lead, and then I feel like later in the race it's just more of a mistakes on my part, and truck getting a little bit snug on me. I didn't want to hit the wall or anything, and so I'd start backing it down a little bit more and more, and he was just able to capitalize on the little mistakes that I would make.
Well, Jason, always good to talk to you. And second place, like you said, is always a good night. You definitely want that win, but I can imagine with more short tracks on the schedule, you're going to show up and show out there. So, congratulations on second place finish. As always, what kind of sponsors, shout outs, friends, family do you have to shout out tonight?
We got a whole laundry list, as we like to say over at Five Kings. First off, I got to thank my parents and you for doing the broadcast. I'll have to go back and watch it. I love going back and watching broadcasts, see what other people are doing compared to me. Like I said, got to thank all the guys over at Five Kings Motorsports. Got to give a huge shout out to Michael Falk over at MF Racing Designs, keeping the paint schemes fresh for us every week. Got to give a huge shout out to Tile Chief Floor and Wall Coverings, Barn Package Store, McConey Setup Shop, ButtKicker.com, Savage Edge Apparel, FB Sim Racing Button Boxes, Raise Energy, BAM Racing Videos, Mayhew Construction, and then everybody that sponsors this league over here. Great league. If anybody's looking for a truck league, definitely check it out. It's a great group of guys, fun and clean. And looking forward to next week. Come back here and hopefully have another good, solid run.
All right, man. Great finish tonight.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it. Jason Raymond with a second place. And let's go ahead and bring Chris Carroll in here. Chris, it's Eddie in the booth. You got me?
I got you, Eddie.
Well, man, third win of the season. Extremely strong tonight. Started on pole. Had a little issue, a weird issue under caution. I know there was a lot going on with the way the cautions and lucky dogs and fast repairs and all that kind of stuff was going on. But while all that was going on, you just quietly able to recover, get back up to the front. Now, your pit crew did a great job of getting you out front that last that pit stop or the pit stop before last, one of the two. But you're able to get out front and kind of control this thing here at the end. What was your race like from your point of view? Honestly, you and Jason had the quietest race out there. Y'all had it pretty easy compared to the rest of the field. But tell us what it was like from your point of view.
Oh, I mean, I felt it might have looked easy, but I felt like I overcame a lot there. I had coffee on one restart on old tires, holding up the bottom lane, and I had a lap car trapped a lap down, like you were saying, something was going on. So kind of gave up some track position, and I had to find a way to get it back. But I mean, Martinsville is always tough. You know, you got different guys with different breaking points, and like Dale Earnhardt Sr. said, man, my plan tonight was to get to the front and stay at the front.
Well, you definitely did that. You traded blows with Jason Raymond. I think y'all put on a pretty damn good show, and it was a lot of fun to watch. You guys kind of set the. I mean, you definitely were, kind of in your own zip code between you two. So it was a lot of fun to see y'all battle it out. You came out on top, third win of the season. Just a fantastic start to the season, especially your first one here in Apex. So, man, congratulations to the win as always. And who you got to thank and sponsor shout outs.
Always got to thank USAFirearms.com. They make this, they power this Chevy here. And got to thank the boys at Five Kings. I got to thank Raymond and Tanner Marr for bringing me to some leagues I wasn't aware of. I got to thank all my friends and family for watching. My cousin's watching out there tonight. I think it's the first race he watched. So shout out to Josh out there. And got to thank the Apex boys for putting on such a great league, man. They run a tight ship here, and it's amazing in this league when you hear a guy wreck another guy. You know, you hear sorry right away, and you can tell in his voice, he didn't do it on purpose. And those guys run a really good show over here, and it allows us to do what we love to do. So we got to thank those guys, and got to thank Refined Motorsports and Nexus. Eddie, I have trouble every week remembering all this stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot to go on. You just kind of you just do the best you can. Sometimes I forget sponsors
Absolutely.
all the time, but definitely, you know what? If you win 3 times, you're eventually going to get them all. So you just keep winning. If you forget somebody, you say them next time. So just go get you another win, and you can get anybody that you miss. Well, congratulations, man, on another win. This time it wasn't definitely wasn't dominant, definitely wasn't easy, as you had Jason Raymond really putting on a show this weekend. So y'all made it really exciting up front. And congratulations on the win, and we'll definitely be talking to you next week, I'm sure.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Raymond doesn't get the credit he deserves, so but thank you for the top-notch broadcast, man. I don't see another broadcast out there that's better, so thanks, Eddie.
Well, I appreciate the kind words, man. There you have it. Chris Carroll takes home his third win of the season. I need to get a points graphic, so I apologize for not having it, but I will kind of call out the points. No, I won't, because it's not actually done on here. It's done on another site. But definitely will work on that going forward. Have something there on the screen that I can show y'all. And we'll definitely have something for sure as we get down towards the end of the season. Want to thank everybody for watching. All the drivers who put on a good show. It's Martinsville. Like I said, I'm sure there's going to be somebody upset, somebody with hurt feelings. Of course, you got Chris Carroll, Jason Raymond, Chris Bedwell. Probably feeling pretty good, getting those good finishes. But yeah, Martinsville is just a whole nother animal. You see, there's not a whole lot of room. If somebody wrecks in front of you, just know where to go. It's a tough track to get around just by yourself, much less 2 and 3 wide sometimes. So Apex puts on a great show. Man, it's a lot of fun to be here. Thanks everybody for watching. I want to thank Apex Sim Racing again. Definitely check them out if you're uh, in the market for any kind of button boxes, steering wheels, anything, any kind of rig accessory that you think of. Like I said, go buy a couple knobs, buy a switch or two, something to keep around the house, and use the promo code Showdown. As we definitely appreciate their support and allowing us to use their name and stuff. So, but congratulations again to Chris Carroll. Really fun race. And we will see y'all next week. And we'll try to figure out where the heck are we next week. Probably should definitely know that as we kind of fumble around the ending here. Bristol Dirt. I think it's gonna be next week, or no, it's June the 2nd. I don't know if that date is finalized. We'll be watching news, but that is the next race. I don't know exactly when the date is gonna be. But Bristol Dirt, man, I can't wait for that. Bristol Dirt, Darlington, Kansas, Texas, Charlotte. What a heck of a stretch there. So definitely come on back. We still got a long way to go, a long season. I think it's 23, 25 races. But playoffs start really, really soon. You've got 11 races until playoffs start. So, guys trying to get into the playoffs, fight for a championship, you need to start getting some races. If you had some bad ones, you got to start putting your head down, getting back, getting in some good points, paying positions as for the playoffs. So anyway, y'all have a good night. Thank y'all for watching Rebel Race Network. Definitely appreciate all of the people in chat talking, keeping it lively. That's what's fun about this, being able to talk a little trash, make some jokes in chat. That kind of stuff is so important. It really helps me, know who to focus on sometimes. Keeps me engaged. If some downtime, hey, it's good to answer some questions. So I definitely appreciate it, and glad to be back, man. Definitely missed last week. So y'all have a good night. We will see you on dirt in Bristol in a few weeks, and yeah, ready to get there. So y'all have a good night.